So we got a call from a buyer the other day who was interested in getting information on one of our lot listings. And he asks me if I can meet him at the property the next day. I said, yeah, I'm happy to. We meet, we walk the property. It's a great property. We spent a couple of hours together. I hear his full story. He's had boots on the ground. He knows what he's looking at. He's adept. He understands the numbers a little bit about how things work. And he knows how rare this one lot is. The views are fantastic. It's level, beautiful pasture. I mean, giddy up. Buy. The buyer tells me, hey, I love this property. I know that it's great. I'm happy with the price. But I got to tell you, my agent who listed my house said that I should hire somebody to represent my interests, and so I'm going to do that. I'm like, well, that's great. I would do the same thing if I were your listing agent. But just make sure that she doesn't just dial for dollars and, get a referral fee out of somebody who doesn't have a lot of experience with land. Because land purchasing is a unique proposition. Furthermore, I highly recommend, sir, that you interview the agent yourself and ask the fundamental basic questions. How long have you been doing this? How many deals have you done? Have you ever sold land? Have you ever purchased land? Tell me a little bit about yourself, Ms. Buyer Agent. Guy says, well, thank you for that advice. So I drive home. I get home about 3-4 hours later because I had a ton of stuff to do. And there's a text on my phone that I hadn't noticed. I was out there in the sticks, and so there's not a lot of connectivity, and I'm not getting emails. I'm not getting texts or anything. And then all of a sudden, I see it's landed, and it just says, hey, sent you an offer. No name, no nothing. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. So I open it up, and the offer is structured, a little different than I would normally do it myself. But what was interesting to me was that they had went for a lot of concessions from the seller. And I communicated with my client, and he and I discussed the offer, and we put together a counter. Pretty much right back to asking. My client has no interest in paying closing costs in this case. And, let's not forget, he sells more dirt than most people encounter in their entire career every year. This guy is a big-time hitter, he's a big-time player. He's not going to blink at your contingent offer, and he's not going to ask, or he's not going to acquiesce to a bunch of concessions. It's just a couple of days on the market. But the agent didn't call me up ahead of time and say, hey, I want to talk about what my client wants to do. Or maybe this was all of her suggestion. Sometimes agents, especially when they're new, they think that it has to be an antagonistic relationship between buyer and seller agent and between buyer and seller. But I've been doing this a long time, and I've learned that the best deals are those where we help people come together. That's my job. My job is to connect buyers and sellers. You have people who have goals, and we can help them meet their goals. Not everyone is going to be a complete winner. Some people are going to feel like they're less of a winner than the other party. But for the most part, we're going to bring people together. Now, this agent put together an offer that wasn't realistic. She wasn't paying attention, and she certainly didn't ask me about the nature of the seller, whom they were, what they were about. You got to do these things. You got to dig deep. You don't just drop an offer. Otherwise, you're going to get a big fat counter that takes us right back to what the original listing position is. Yeah. So when you're out there, folks, you know, don't do it on the fly. Interview your buyer agent. Ask them the questions. How long have you been doing this? What do you know about land? What do you know about luxury properties? Are you familiar with properties over $700,000? Have you ever sold any? Oh, no, okay. Well, just a little bit of advice, a little pro tip. All right, so this is how you win. Good luck. Happy hunting.